Good afternoon, everybody. How is all my wonderful subscribers and viewers out there doing today? I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. It's Nikki D, and welcome back to the Nikki D channel. Today, we're going to be doing the 2024 college football recap, week 5, where I, Nikki D, go over all 16 games from the prediction show. I let you know who won, I let you know who lost, and let me know down in the comment section below what your favorite game of the week was. Don't forget to like the video, share the video on social media, and smash that subscribe button so you could be notified of when I drop my next video. Without further ado, let's get to our first game of the week. We had number 21 Oklahoma going on the road into Jordan-Hare Stadium to take on the Auburn Tigers, and Auburn gave Oklahoma a fight. Auburn was up 14-7 at the half. They were up 21-10 with 9 minutes to go before Sooner Booner actually got things going. A big 63-yard interception return with under 5 minutes to go gave Oklahoma the lead, and they were able to hold on to beat the Auburn Tigers 27-21. In our next matchup, we had the number 20 ranked Oklahoma State Cowboys going on the road into Manhattan to take on number 23 Kansas State Wildcats. And Kansas State was up 21-13 at the half. Then they ended up rolling to a good win over Oklahoma State. 42-20, Kansas State defeats the Oklahoma State Cowboys. In our next matchup, we had number 18 Iowa State Cyclones going on the road into Houston to take on the Houston Cougars. And in the first half, this was a very low scoring affair. Iowa State up 3-0 at halftime. And 85% of the points in this game came in the second half as Iowa State beat down Houston 20-0 as they get a big time win this weekend. Up next, we had the Stanford Cardinal going on the road into Clemson to take on number 17 Clemson Tigers. And Clemson was up 17-7 at the half. They were up 27-7 at the end of the third. This was all Clemson for the first 3 quarters, and the fourth quarter wasn't much different as Clemson defeating Stanford 40-14. Up next, as we continue along on the Week 5 college football recap, we had number 15 Louisville going on the road into South Bend to take on number 16 Notre Dame Fighting Irish, and this was actually a pretty close game. It wasn't a high-scoring game, but it wasn't a low-scoring game either. Both teams came out and played well. Notre Dame just happened to play a little bit better this week as they defeat the Louisville Cardinals 31-24. And our next matchup I can't say the same about, as the South Alabama Jaguars went on the road into Baton Rouge as they were at number 14 LSU, and it was all LSU in the first half. They came out and put the burners on early, balled at halftime, made sure the game was out of reach by the time we got to the third quarter, and sure enough it was. LSU was able to relax in the second half, and they get a big-time win. LSU defeating South Alabama 42-10. In our next matchup, we had the Wisconsin Badgers going on the road to Southern California to take on number 13 USC. And Wisconsin had USC's number in the first half. Wisconsin was up 21-10 in the second quarter before USC started marching back. I believe they were up 21-10 at half. USC came out, got a touchdown, cut the lead down to 4, ended up taking the lead late in the third, and USC 28 unanswered as they beat down Wisconsin 38-21. And our next matchup, we had the Minnesota Golden Gophers going on the road into the Big House as they were at number 12 Michigan. And Minnesota giving Michigan everything they can handle. As we've seen so far this year, Michigan has struggled in the Big House. They've either lost or ended up in really close games. And this was a really close game. But the Wolverines survive another week as they defeat Minnesota 27-24. And up next, as we continue along on the college football week 5 recap, upset alert, I repeat, upset alert. We had Arizona going on the road into Utah to take on number 10 Utah Utes, and Arizona showed up and showed out in this game. Utah really couldn't get anything going as they seem to be completely depleted by this Arizona Wildcat defense, and a huge upset here in Utah as the Arizona Wildcats knock off the 10th ranked Utah Utes 23-10. In our next matchup, we had number 19 Illinois going on the road into Happy Valley as they were at number 9 Penn State. And this was actually a very low scoring game considering what I thought these two offenses could have done respectfully. 7-7 at the half really surprised me. I thought Illinois was for real. They've been playing excellent with their new quarterback. But Penn State in the second half showed out, and walked out of Happy Valley with a 21-7 win over the Illinois Fighting Illini. In our next matchup, we had number 8 Oregon going on the road into California, LA to take on the UCLA Bruins. And Oregon showed us why they belong here in the top 10, and they've really been playing well since those first two games. I will give them that. And another big performance this week for the Ducks as Oregon defeating UCLA 34-13. And we also had the Virginia Tech Hokies going on the road into Hard Rock Stadium to take on the number 7 ranked Miami Hurricanes. And this was the game that I actually watched. And I really am happy that I watched this game because it was a great game. Virginia Tech gave Miami all they can handle as they were up 24-17 at the half. And back-to-back field goals. A 58-yard field goal by Virginia Tech with 25 seconds to have. And then a 56-yard field goal by Miami at the buzzer of the half. Very great way to close out the first half. Both teams hitting a 55-yard plus field goal. And the second half, Virginia Tech was up 34-24 in the fourth quarter, but Miami came storming back with back-to-back touchdowns to go up 38-34, and then came the controversial Hail Mary at the buzzer by the Hokies, and honestly, as a receiver, I thought that he had caught that ball, but the officials will call what the officials call, and when they call it, it's final. So they called it an incomplete pass because the Miami defender that was out of bounds tipped the ball out of his hands after he caught it, which I didn't understand. But the Miami Hurricanes, because of that, survive another week and defeat the Virginia Tech Hokies 38-34. Up next, as we continue along on the Week 5 college football recap, Upset alert, upset alert. I repeat, upset alert. We have the Kentucky Wildcats going on the road in Oxford to take on number 6 Mississippi, and I did not see this coming. Jackson Dart was shut down. Mississippi couldn't get much going on the offensive side of the ball, and Kentucky really stayed in this game with the Rebels. They went up 20-17 in the fourth quarter when Mississippi came down the field, lined up for a field goal to try to tie the game with 48 seconds left, and it went wide to the left, and I mean a lot wide to the left, and Kentucky with a major upset, beating number 6 Mississippi 20-17. In our next matchup, we had number 3 Ohio State going on the road into East Lansing to take on the Michigan State Spartans, and this was a matchup we kind of expected. Ohio State came out, dominated from beginning to end like everybody expected. Ohio State shows us why they belong here in the top 5 as the Buckeyes defeat the Michigan State Spartans 38-7. And the big game that everybody's talking about up next, number 2 Georgia went on the road into Tuscaloosa to take on number 4 Alabama. And honestly, this was all Alabama in the first half. They were up 28-0 on Georgia with 12 minutes to go to the half. They were up 30-7 at the half. Georgia really tried to rally back into this game. They did a great job of doing that in the second half. 33-15. Then it was 33-21, 33-28 before it was 33-34 with Georgia ahead. But they only had the lead for 13 seconds as Alabama gets a big time play to win this game. The Crimson Tide take down the Georgia Bulldogs 41-34. In our final game of the week, we had the Mississippi State Bulldogs going on the road into Austin to welcome Texas to the SEC as they're facing the Texas Longhorns. And Mississippi State really had Texas on the ropes in the first half. They never really had a lead, but they stayed in the game. Texas was only up 14-6 at the half, but Arch Manning and the Longhorns figure out a way to get it done in the second half as Texas defeats Mississippi State 35-13. And that was the 2024 college football recap week 5. What was your favorite game of the week? Let me know down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video, share the video on social media, and you made it all the way to the end of this video, go smash that subscribe button so you can be notified of when I drop my next video. And if you want to see some more of me, Nicky D, then go check out another one of my videos, because I got hours of content that'll keep you entertained well into the evening. With that being said, I hope everybody is having a wonderful weekend. I'm Nicky D. This is the Nicky D channel, and I will see all y'all amazing people next time. Bye, y'all.